What is going on, beautiful people? It's your boy here, Wesley from Aconnectiontv here on YouTube and watch actv.com. The two places in the World Wide Web where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And welcome to my channel. If this is your first time seeing me, do me a solid and hit that like button. Pound that like button, baby! Because the algorithm with YouTube is really screwing up my channel and my videos don't get viewed that much. And anyways, hit that like button. I really appreciate it. It's free to do. And hit that subscribe button if you aren't subscribed. Let's get that number past 133. That would be so dope. I usually don't talk about celebrity gossip, celebrity news, although I've been in the scene for quite some time. But recently, celebrity news has become interestingly enough for me to want to indulge and talk about it, right? And so everybody knows about what happened with what's the boy name? Travis Scott. Yeah, I know what I'm trying to say. And there are a lot of things being said about the overall operations with Live Nation and, you know, private security and police being involved, or the lack thereof. And then Travis Scott, and then of course Kylie Jenner making some noise on the stories. I want to talk about all of it, so let's get into it, okay? Whose fault is the whole Astroworld, Phoenix Rising in the beginning of... Whose fault is it? Let's talk about it.
Where's my damn pillow? You ain't suffocate me in my sleep tonight.
You see what they're doing, right?
I see it.
They wanted to see my resolve.
Why would you bring me here? I don't bang with this broad.
You know women don't play when it comes to their hair, right?
I'm about to go take a shit. I have beans this morning, girl.
TMI.
Okay, I don't know how long this video is going to be, but it's going to be long enough for me to get all of my thoughts out. So get comfortable, okay? And grab a drink. Matter of fact, take a shot. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm going to take a shot. Let me pause this video. Okay. Yeah. That's Tito's. I'm taking that's some lemonade with that. That Tito's is, yeah. Without creating a 40-minute video to get to the point, I'm gonna tell you right now, the fault lies on Travis Scott. Travis Scott is a young man that is worth, according to Google, in year 2021, just about $60 million. Travis Scott is a name. Travis Scott is a corporation. Travis Scott is a company. Travis Scott is a brand. Okay? Travis Scott is responsible. Right? 100% responsible? No. More like 90% responsible. And I'm going to give you examples as to the reason why I believe that way, right? I feel that way. But at the end of the day, Astroworld was founded by Travis Scott, and I'm sure a couple of other people, but Travis Scott founded Astroworld in the year 2018, right? When you could Google that, and that's what it says. It doesn't say Travis Scott and somebody else and somebody else and somebody else. It says Travis Scott, right? Are there private security and police involved? Yes. Is Live Nation and other companies involved in producing this situation? Yes. But who was Astroworld founded by, if you Google it? Travis Scott in the year 2018. This man is worth $60 million. This man is responsible. Okay? Travis Scott is known for, as I've come to realize, because I don't know his music, the things that I've heard, the whispers that I've heard, the and ah that I've heard, I don't really particularly care for his music, right? But he's known for inciting, you know, rages at his, I guess they call it raging. Not my thing, but they call it raging at concerts. You know, they have the mosh pits. I always thought like mosh pits were like for like the rock and roll people, like the rock and roll world of music. I never really knew that, you know, hip hop or alternative hip hop, whatever Travis Scott's sound is. I didn't know that his particular performances, you could do mosh pits and stuff out there. I didn't know that, right? But he's known for that. He's known for getting his audience members beat up for allegedly stealing or trying to steal his shoes. When Travis Scott threw himself out into the crowd. I don't know what year it was, 2019, 18, I don't know. I'm not sure. He threw himself out into the crowd, and that's dangerous, one. But they're have him up in the air or whatever, and apparently one of the people that was holding up was trying to take his shoes. Security comes and gets Travis Scott out of the situation, and Travis Scott is inciting that or yelling at the crowd for the people to beat up the man that tried to steal his shoes. As he's yelling for him to get effed up, he's spitting in the direction of this alleged shoe stealer or whatever the case may be. Travis Scott is known for inciting raging in his concerts. All of his concerts seem to be thick and filled to the gills. Right? And this is okay behavior. Travis Scott yells at the people that is around him. There was another video that surfaced, and I'm not showing any of the stuff on here because I don't want YouTube to, mess with my channel. YouTube doesn't mess with everybody else, but they mess with my channel. There's another video out there of Travis Scott yelling at a black cinematographer whose job was it to, I guess, be on stage. I don't think that he was supposed to be directly on stage, but he was directly on stage filming Travis Scott. Travis Scott sees this black man and he literally disrespects the boy, pushes the boy off and says, I don't give a F who you are, who you work for. You're not working for me. Get off my stage. This is Travis Scott. Okay? Travis Scott, apparently another, situation where he had a manager. The manager had like a panic attack, some kind of stroke or whatever, epilepsy attack or whatever happened to this guy where he falls out on the floor and almost loses his life. Travis Scott gets up, see the guys on the floor, and doesn't even care to get the guy help. The guy did make it out of there alive, out of that situation alive, but Travis Scott didn't care. And to my point, Travis Scott is known to be a reckless, dangerous, insightful artist. Yet he's worth $60 million and his albums do quite well, and people know him to be this way. So it's Travis Scott's fault. It is. I mean, it just is. Now, if Travis Scott goes and hires all these people to do their job and they don't do their job, of course, partial blame goes on these workers that don't perform well. But who's the company? Who's the head honcho, right? I saw videos of security guards flipping patrons over, slamming them on the ground, slapping cameras out of people's faces, right? What's going on here? Who's responsible? Of course, the security guard that lifts the person up and slams them on the ground, but who hired him? Who vetted him? Is it Live Nation? Who's asking Live Nation to help produce this show? Travis Scott. It is what it is. And then on top of all of that, right? Before we get into more of the obvious, why is this concert housing so many people in close proximity when we're still in the middle of a pandemic? Why? Did you all need to be vaccinated to go to this concert? I'm curious. How responsible are we being in this particular moment here? Is each person shielded by plexiglass? Does each person have their own vestibule and/or cubicle to stand in to champion this performer in the midst of a pandemic? No. So why is this Astroworld happening? Travis Scott. That's it. There's nothing else to say. I've seen other people say, well, you know, I don't understand why these people are acting so crazy. Y'all are idiotic. Y'all are rampaging through. Y'all busting down the gates, running in. First of all, we already know the history of Astroworld. We already know what it brings. We already know the type of caliber of people we're dealing with. Why isn't there stronger stanchions? Why isn't there taller stanchions? Why isn't there police cooperation before people can make their way through? Why is this outside in this field? Why isn't it in a stadium? Why isn't it in a stadium where we could, you know, get people to, I don't know. I couldn't understand that aspect of things. And then once people broke through and ran through and bypassed the check-in process, for you guys to even know if I paid for a ticket, why is the show even continuing? I don't understand. Oh, Travis Scott. Oh. Because I guarantee you, if Travis Scott said, oh no, I'm not doing the show no more, then everything would stop. Everything would stop. Travis Scott has been the artist to get mad and verbally assault his security in past performances when the security is doing their job trying to get people not to go to the stage, but Travis Scott is inciting people and telling people to rampage to the stage. It's Travis Scott's responsibility. It's his show. Travis Scott houses a place where dumb people go and do stupid things and act crazy because of Travis Scott telling them to act crazy. It's Travis Scott's fault. You can't fault dumb people for being dumb. You just can't. You can't. You know, you can't. Now, I'm not going to say shame on them for losing their lives. I'm not going to say that. And I do feel bad that people have lost their lives. But why would you go? We're in the midst of a pandemic, 1. You see the crowd is getting thicker than it needs to be. 2, why are you staying there? 3, why are you bringing your kids, your children, to this concert where this man verbally assaults people on film at his concerts, where he spits on the people that pay to go to his concerts? Why are we bringing kids to this? Why is this a role model for us to be entertained by? I don't know. You know, and you know, I see so many people's like, oh my God, this is so shocking. I can't believe something like this has ever happened. No. Why can't we believe that this has happened when you look at his concerts and you see this happening? Now, someone pricking people and drugging people and people passing out and dying, okay. All right. But this just feels like it was bound to happen. The type of world that we live in, with, you know, the amount of deaths that we see, the countless, endless lives that are lost, the way that they're lost, and the lack of accountability, the lack of law being enforced, the lack of justice being put through, the wars that are happening in the world. Haiti, Afghanistan, all these places where death and destruction is running rampant. And for some reason here in the United States of America, we still feel like we're untouchable. I don't understand that concept. And I don't understand why we feel like this is not going to happen to us. We're still in the midst of a pandemic and over 50,000 people are caged in this Astroworld festival. The fact that there aren't runways running through every corridor or every section of a cage for these people is unbelievable. If you're gonna have people crammed in these sections in droves, where are the fans? Where is the medics? Why did an ambulance truck need to rampage through a crowd of people? What's going on here? It's Travis Scott's responsibility. 90% of it is his responsibility. The other 10% is whoever he pays and the fact that they didn't do their job. But it solely lies on him. It just does. You know, I was in a tragedy working at a company, and I'm not even going to go into naming the company or anything like that. But I was involved in a tragedy. I was a part of management, right? I was, say, level 3 of the management. Was I level 3 or level 2? I was level 3 of the management that was set up during this event. Then there was the actual management, operations of the building that ran the building. And then there was like district level, right? So there was district, store, and then me, right? We had an event, a well-known event, a worldly well-known event. And for whatever reason, multiple reasons, people were acting stupid. And they were inciting chaos amongst themselves. Okay? This wasn't something where I got up on stage and was like, beat him up, he stole my shoes. It was like, all right, guys, come on in, we're open, take your time. But no, people didn't listen. They ransacked through, tried to get what they wanted to get, and no one cared, right? We had security, we had police, we had everything. Okay? But the people created this chaotic atmosphere because they were in a rush. And because of that, people were injured and someone died. Now, who took fault? The company. The company took fault. Why? Because the event was held due to this company producing said event. Who's the company in this scenario that this video has been created of? Travis Scott. He's the company. Did he have management and teams in place to do the job? Yeah, I was in place to do the job. But I can't control hundreds and hundreds of people by myself. And were there security precautions taken in this particular situation that I was involved in? Yes. But the people incited a riot amongst themselves and it became too chaotic to control. It is what it is. Something happened, the company was blamed for it. Now, after that event, did the company change their security protocols? You best to believe it they did. You best to believe it. And here's my thing. After all the countless situations that have happened at Travis Scott's concerts, nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. According to like the video feeds and stuff that I've seen countless testaments to how crazy this situation was for a lot of these people here. And here's the thing. I know y'all may be like, well, Wes, you wasn't there. You don't even know anything about Travis Scott, whoop-de-whoop, blah, 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 this and that and the third. When you hear a section of your people saying stop, 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 booing, 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 people being lifted up, you're not Michael Jackson. You are not Michael Jackson. You're not. Why do you think people are falling over because you're Travis Scott? Maybe 1 or 2 people, maybe 4 or 5 people, maybe, I guess. But that's a complex that you need to get out of your head. Travis Scott, I'm talking to Travis Scott. He is not Michael Jackson. You see somebody being lifted, you see a dude being lifted over, you think he fainted because you're, what? But then again, maybe that has happened before, Wes, and maybe that's what people do at Travis Scott's concerts. But after the second time when you're like, ho, because apparently he did this hold on, 4 or 5 times throughout the whole show. After the second time, something's wrong, dude. Not only do you see way more people than were supposed to be down there, but something's obviously clearly wrong. Stop the entire show. Make sure everybody is safe. You had people going to the cameraman, telling the cameraman people are passed out, damn near lost their life on the ground. The cameraman's still filming because that's his job. That's what he's supposed to do. Was there any kind of code or safety protocol in place for this cameraman in case he sees something that the rest of the people don't see? Nope. Who's responsible? The company. Who's the company? Travis Scott. Now, they're still going through investigations. There have been a ton of lawsuits put on, Live Nation, lawsuits put on Scott. Roddy Ricch said he's giving all his proceeds to the families. Okay, cool. I mean, there's nothing else to say. I'll give another example where it would be my fault, right? I was housing another event. I'm not going to go all into specifics. And everybody's having an amazing time, right? An amazing time. I didn't have security at this particular event, but we had a bartender and we were managing the doors, scanning people as they were coming in, whatever the case may be, right? All of my parties are always bomb. All of my parties are always bomb. Always well organized. But in this particular party, there was something that was going on that should not have gone on. That wasn't operated or orchestrated by me as the host. And due to that particular situation happening, people were affected by it. Now, when I got wind of it, I immediately stopped everything that was happening because people were affected by it. I didn't let it continue. I didn't let it fester. And I didn't continue what was happening. I put a stop to it. You know what I'm saying? But people still felt some sort of way about it and blamed me for everything that had transpired. See where I'm going with this? Okay. Listen, I need y'all to leave comments below and let me know how you feel about it. This man is apparently worth $60 million. He founded Astroworld in 2018. He's known for inciting rage, negative energy, and violence in his concerts. He's known not to really have a compassionate heart because of the way he speaks to people out loud publicly on film. How can I be empathetic or sympathetic to him when we've lost lives because of his Astroworld festival? I don't know. Should people act better? Of course. Should the security that was hired not slam people on the... Of course. Should the cameraman have stopped filming and called somebody when the lady jumped up on the platform and told him that someone had... Of course. All of that. All of that. But one thing that would have stopped the show? Travis Scott. Travis Scott had the power and the will to stop the entire show. But he didn't. He kept going. And furthermore, he told people to shake the earth. Now he has people thinking he's a part of some cult because he's out here doing hymns and strange moaning sounds. During the concert. What is that? What is that? Flames of the Phoenix and everything? Look, I'm not all into the whole, cult and sacrificial type discussions. That's not really me. But, the more and more I come around people in the industry, the more and more I'm not completely shocked by what really goes on in this industry. I want y'all to leave y'all comments below. Let me know who y'all thought was at fault. It's 90%, I was about to say Roddy Ricch. It's 90% Scotty what's the boy name? Travis Scott. It's 90% him and then 10% everybody he employed. Because he employed the rest of them, right? There's so many things that could have been different in that whole situation. So many things. Starting from the beginning and how that area should have been barricaded and protected anyway. And then moving to the final concert. Leave your comments below. Don't forget to like this video. Like this video for me. And yeah, subscribe. Leave comments because I want to hear what you guys think. Doses.
I know. You're not about to think about not subscribing to aconnectiontv.com. Copyrighted.